yeah, and then whichever lag works for this. And my mic seems to be working. Because that's not that. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this is the key stuff, and markers here, no viewers yet, no likes. All the buttons. First stream out of the way, so yeah. Confidence is up because I have been practicing a lot of lifestyle measures lately, so I might do well to say welcome to the stream so far, even though no one's here. Oh, well, I mean, I'm here, but, however this marker works, I don't know if it does. Let me test out the mute button. So that's a mute button in case I really need to be right away. Jesus. Thank God I know that ahead of time. And then stream, of course, if I need to. So, and I don't know if I had my mic, I mean, my webcam, webcam hiding. Not sure how that works. But it is 8:30 on my time zone right now, so 8:30 p.m. So if I really needed to not stream, if I had to, then I could just exit right away or mute myself or something. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't really do anything with the webcam if I had to. But so whatever you see in this field, down to perception at that point, down to circumstance, but only if I react better to it and not, or act better to it productive. I don't know how that works, but how my attitude, at least my attitude for sure, and my beliefs. Yeah. Anyways, welcome to the stream. If you can hear me, welcome to the first YouTube live stream. I don't know if I did any justice with Twitch yet because I've been teasing that for a while on this channel, the Twitch setup. And technically, this was going to be titled the 10-year plus live stream for both the Good Evil series and my creator presence on YouTube, and as a margin of that. So basically, I just I was gonna just like if I thought as a thumbnail. If you're coming after seeing the thumbnail, then yeah, you've seen this already, and you know what this kind of basically means is that I might or may not work with these tools, modern clays and prop figures and stuff, and make something or even animate with them in the stream. If I don't, even if that takes a while or not, because I have a big gambit with this. That's actually why the title of the stream is Philosophy of Claymation, is that I can talk about claymation for a while and then get straight into it or whatever. I just don't want to make sure the stream wasn't me progressing on the title all day long, because I was already taking like 15 minutes thinking about what to do with the setup, and I was like, there's plenty of things I could do with Twitch in particular. I could actually be like, Restream.io or the channel banner on Twitch, the channel banner on this channel, but I already have that for my creator friend, thank gosh. Stuff like that. So I'm not really too worried about being enthusiastic or straight posture or doing anything on stream or even having the encoder set up so that you have the dynamic on the PC recording instead of just me in this real world. No offense to the PC, but just I just wanted to stream whether people came or not, and that this marker should be just be me. It should just be me on this stream so far and no one else. So I didn't tweet this out. I could, but I'm not too concerned about that yet. And of course I could end this on 20 minutes early so I can see if I can go Twitch right away and see if this uploads or has an upload session available without actually recording. And in that case, yeah, so almost 4 minutes elapsed. If I end this on 20 minutes, I'm sorry. Even if you're already here, I have to end it soon if I want to do the Twitch stream at the same night. But if I go 2 hours, it will be the end of the night for me. And in this stream, it would. And if I went for an hour on Twitch and then like 20 minutes on here, that would be ideal for me. It would be. I think 20 minutes here and 20 minutes there, or 20 minutes here and 40 minutes there, so I can do an hour and then have the hour extra in case I need to, prepare for the dopamine detox I need necessarily for sleeping, that kind of thing. 1 to 3 hours is necessary for that. I've been practicing that for a while, and it does work sometimes. I'm pretty sure the other things in my life at least have been working. I'm doing a lot of healthy things lately, and they've added up to my overall morale and confidence and actually being in good shape instead of just complaining all day or having negative spirals. But I would eventually get into NoFap, but I don't want to have to say that as soon as I'm talking about claymation, and they're going to intertwine at some point. They're going to be brought up here and there, but I just wanted to do the thumbnail like this first off because I knew that would be a good introduction to something that I will do something about this stream if I can. So for my first trick, I'm gonna get these separated. On the first trick I'm gonna do is gonna show how I mix these and cut them and whatever. The first off. So if I get straight into this in 5 minutes, which I already did, but yeah, hopefully. And if you can hear me on the mic, it should be this mic, at least this one. You know, I should be able to do 20 minutes at least the first time around, if not a little longer, doing the mixing part and cutting. And if I don't get the sculpt yet, that's okay, or even animate. I don't. Animate would definitely take a little bit more, but not as much as you think. That's the big point about phosphate claymation, is that there's a lot I can get into that. But if I had to say something now, it's basically to reiterate a point I made before, which is that it does not take as long as you think it does, especially if you're not as intermediately involved as I am sometimes with it. Like I don't want to brag, but I don't want to underscale myself either. I've done it for quite a while, not as often as I could have, but I did it for the claymation stopmotion thing for quite a while. So getting all my tools here, getting a little bit of the red clay in case I need it for the mixing if I have time, and maybe a little bit of blue clay to mix that, and then red if I need that, or green if I need that. Yeah. Okay, I'm not bringing the whole mat over here yet. I have it there for a reason. This helped summarize how well I went to my spaces. So here I got my tools. I'm not going to show you right away because I don't want to take too long talking about that yet. But if you want to have proof, yes, I have the clays. I have the primary colors in green. I have some of the tools. I have my prop that I just showed you in the thumbnail, if you saw it again. And then I have the scissors and spoon. And usually, if I were to build another, actually I have another wire frame over here, but you know, and if I was gonna do the wire framing directly, then I would have been using these tools. I'll just keep them here just for reference, anyways. Like, and of course I have this thing if I was gonna do you know, like with the camera or lighting, whatever. And this just for shits and giggles. I guess you could just look at it and be entertained, which you're supposed to be doing on YouTube anyways. Creators and viewers alike. Jesus. Okay. But you know. So without having an actual, what I would say anyone else other than me, I'm gonna just do this whether anyone's here or not, or even if I don't make this an upload for the channel, the live stream, I can just get straight into it, just go for practice. I'm going to not tweet this yet, only if I really think it's gonna be longer than 20 minutes, which it might very well, because if I'm still talking. But you know, something I'll type real quick is I'll mute real quick for a sec too. Yeah, that works. Yeah. And imagine that. That's the 20 character limit for my live chat. And I imagine comparing that to the 280 double 140 for Twitter. It's like if I were to share this on Twitter, but and I figure that's where the share button's on here for. You have the share button here to share on Twitter. And I think if I were to view it on my, I think I could go to it right now. Let me see what it shows on my channel on the phone. And let me see if I'm live here. I don't know if it really matters that much to it, but yeah. Let me see if I let me go to my feed. Yeah, it does show up. Yeah, it's a live screen. Yeah, okay. It's a really legit thumbnail. I don't regret doing that. I refined it a little bit for a few minutes, but yeah. Oh my god. And I could probably view some of the chat somewhere too if I went not viewed it twice, but I think that's what some people do is they view it twice, but they don't you know. That's 11 minutes. Might want to be careful. So yeah, if I went straight to the feed twice over on my phone and on my computer, I could view the comments on one device and then stream whatever I was doing on that encoder for the PC on the other screen. So if I was playing a game or doing the stop motion software, I could have it all over the screen without even looking at the chat and have my phone looking at the chat. But that would be 2 people at a time. I think that's what my friend Ritsu did. Was he my creator friend Ritsu or GG Moogs? He went straight to like doing 2 people on the same Twitch stream, and he had people watching as well. Like at least with me, at least it was when I was there. So say I was watching a stream, and he had his phone on the chat and his computer on the game. That'd be 3 people total or more. So I might do that without any coder or software or stream software. At least stuff at YouTube, because with Twitch you need the stream software like Streamlabs or OBS or the Twitch Studio thing. But for YouTube, if I were to do Restream, then I'd have to have. There's a really funny thing about Restream. I don't know if I'm that. I think I don't believe in Restream for some reason. I should still use it. I should still use Restream even if I don't want to. But it's just a thing. Yeah, just checking the stream effect was on that. The last thing I would check is if going there would be 2 people, and that's what they would change on the marker. This is all a test. I don't have to actually show anything. I'm sorry if I don't show anything in time, but let me see if that's the lag or the definitely. Yeah, 3 seconds I think. 6, 5. 3 seconds I think. 6, 5. 4, 2, 4, 5 is my. No, that's the other thing. Okay. I'm out of here. This is getting a little disturbing. Oh my gosh! But I can still see the chat in there. That's nice. It's very on par with being like 4 to 8 seconds close to 4 to 5 seconds close to my actual speaking time. So yeah, that's nice. I can hear myself too. So that's good. But not through here yet. If I had a certain headset, I might be able to. But yeah. If I had to be really quick and do something real quick, I would try to mold something around here, like a hat kid prop. I would show you very briefly what it's like to do that. And if I spent more than 20 minutes doing that, I wouldn't mind. But then I won't have as much time for Twitch. So you know how that goes. 13 minutes of me talking to the camera and caressing and teasing that I'm going to do this, but not really do it yet. Maybe for hangout, I guess. But and then run out of breath before I even start molding or anything. Gonna remember that I have this white mic in here for a second. If I need it muted. So you didn't hear me yet. Wait, let me try something. Okay. Can you wait? Okay. I should stop messing with the mute button. Okay, whatever. I don't know if I want to share this. I would share the Twitch stream, but I don't know if I would share this. The first thing you do, if you were just to jump straight into, which I usually do, if you were to jump straight into the claymation process, what you do is, if you have the idea in your mind, you don't need to reference a picture. A picture does help. I can open this on my browser without worrying what it shows because it's on the webcam, not the PC encoder. So say I was going to look for, I'll leave the mic on so I can hear me typing, but say I was going to look for Hat Kid Grunt or Hat Kid himself or something, herself, whatever. Hat Kid Yeah. And there's plenty of these online for a Hat in Time game. That claymation I think I didn't promise yet, but I still kind of could have. So I'll just open the first generic picture, and that's yeah, Hat Kid. Okay, so and it's you know, just well, my stream's over here. My stream time's over here. Okay, yeah, okay, there we go, and it shows live. Okay, so let's I'll put this on a separate window. This one, other one. That's Hat Kid. Let me see if this can resize. Yeah, it can. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. That's Hat Kid. And this is kind of why it would help to have the webcam first, not just for training purposes, but to actually, I'm already 16 minutes into this thing. Yeah, I knew. Hurry up if I was going to stop at 20, but not under pressure anymore, I think. So yeah, reference is Hat Kid on the screen. I have it on the left side of my computer, the right side showing my stream. And if I use that as a picture reference, what I would be doing is if I was animating, I can't show you this right now because obviously I'm using the webcam again, but I could use a reference if I was editing this video later. But if I did for the upload, but with this picture, I could look back and forth between the monitor and like real world prop and be like, okay. And plenty of people do this with web art too. They do it with 2D and 3D, but reference material. But I'm a little, I'm either slow or quick depending on what it is I'm doing. Like sometimes I'm slow, I'll overthink what I'm doing with the detail. Like I'll add, like if I know I have to add this in a certain way, I do that, and then I maybe readjust it over and over without even needing to, So it's it's a very vague example, but just I'm slow at that, but I'm faster at actually sculpting in the first place. I'm a faster sculptor than I normally would be if I was not in the mood, or I don't know. Just I'm a very talented sculptor, at least. I don't know if I'm a good animator. It might be the other way around. It might be that I'm a good animator, not so much like fresh out of the water sculptor, but if that makes sense. But fresh out of the water means new, not professional, whatever. But yeah, if I had a mirror app, I could show this to you. I could use my phone to look it up too and show you the same picture, but or the stream showing, which it wouldn't show because it'll be showing me this whole box here. Jesus. I'm probably gonna keep this upload if I have to upload it, but yeah. Still talking about Hat Kid picture, and I don't. I think the intention was to sculpt Hat Kid on this little armature, because the first thing I would do with that is collect what I think is enough purple clay, and if I don't have enough purple clay, you would get like you would mix the colors for more purple. So purple, blue, and red, I think, would do that. For example, obviously, and then yeah, I can. If two colors are almost identical to each other, you can forgive mixing them together to see if they make more of the same general color. But you don't want. But the advice I've heard about is to not mix too many dark colors together, because they'll get dark real quick at that point. And especially if you make more dark color, more margins and substantial amounts of dark color with lighter color, so then you get them to be dark quickly ultimately. So don't know if you can hear me still if I'm not talking to the mic directly, but not close enough either. So. What it is. I will attempt to make Hat Kid at random without getting too much into what I'm doing with the reference. So if I take too long doing this, that's the whole night. But yeah, yeah. So let's cut. We got the purples for the hats and the clothes. We have what I think is enough beige clay for his umbrella, her umbrella. Again, this is all learning experience and test stream overall, so don't get harmed if I screw this up, but yeah, try not to. But he's a little gray for that little thing. I can substitute maybe a little of the black clay otherwise, or the grayish clay. I can do some kind of white with it, or white with maybe some kind of white with. I'll keep these close otherwise. I'll keep them close. White with gray and black or something. Keep the white and dark brown clay, almost lighter blue, black, or whatever, close by. And then brown for the hair, so I can bring some of the beige clay over here. And then obviously for the boots too, so that's good enough to start with the boots if it's not brown enough. But yeah, I can keep more of the white clay nearby, not on this little handkerchief I'm putting them on. I might even have a sculpting mat right here, but just, keeping them nearby as reference or something. This whole table with clay is right here, so I'm kind of, not showing you right away what it is, because showing you all the clay that I have over here just to have something to show on the screen, which is fair, but it's like I want this to be a process, not a fucking demand, I guess. If that's not too much to ask for myself or the audience, I don't know. And it's already over 20 minutes, so yeah, I ruined my experiment. But I meant that for more for Twitch anyway, so But but yeah, basically I'm setting up the Cat Kid Hat Kid reference, and I can always edit this on the upper later if I need to make it more succinct or trimmed down for size and making fat come out. But yeah. So oh yeah, I need the what else? Black for the actual. I have black, so I'll keep it nearby and move this to this side. And maybe that purple will help too if I need it. Maybe a slight to purple I might need it anyways. And then wherever turns to gold will be like probably some kind of darker shade of brown. I don't know. And the yellow will be good for the gold. Or I can make it gold somehow. Jeez. Oh, and then the red. Okay, and more red over here. Okay, we're gonna quickly try to sculpt Cat Kid over this prop. Or maybe a grunt with the other one, so the grunt can do the movement on the waist, which is a good thing for this to move around. That's the big thing. I have no idea why I made this prop flop around it, especially when he was in the thumbnail. I had to sit his ass right into the clay to make him sit up straight. But I mean, I think it was I think it was meant for like some kind of slouching feature in a claymation I was gonna make earlier. But yeah, but this is a straight up prop here. So yeah, how we make the coat and the umbrella and I have pretty much everything I need over here, except for maybe more beige clay. But beige I can make with more of the terracotta clay. So right here. So okay, I'll get straight into it. Let's randomly put on the boots first without doing it the torso first. I don't know why I would do that, but I think I could teach myself how to make the torso without doing it first. But if I were to make more of the darker brown, what I need to do is I'll show you right up here. Like clay. See, this is what I should have done a long time ago. Oh Jesus. But yeah, clay's here. See, you can even see almost all the clay and almost all the tools. And I didn't even bother doing that. I did it on purpose. I didn't want to make it about the claymation yet. The philosophy was a little bit involved too. So I did mention a little bit about how I'm a little bit more into it than I should be. But I think I tried to debunk in the earlier videos that claymation, or especially maybe even animation in general, isn't as tedious as it may seem to me for many people. You don't have to even actually be exceptionally skilled at it. There's a margin of process that can go into it where you don't have to be stressed out or taking too long doing certain things, especially the scripting, because then you can just jump right into obviously the process. But I'm gonna add a tiny bit of a black with this brown, which is what I kind of mentioned before. What I do is if I know I'm going to clone the same example, the same mixing, for example, if I'm going to do the exact same move with another blob of clay, I try to clone it at the exact same time. So if I get this amount of clay here with the same amount of brown clay and find the exact same amount of little black clay. I'm using the spirals I was intending for the fancy pants claymation. Jesus. Rip. And if I find I actually unbalanced it, I can also go back to the other blob and show that off. And mix and match them so that they're not off center. And that doesn't mean you have to go over them over and constantly. Then you'll have a big ass ball of clay on the same side thing you were trying to do for the same measure for each of them, the figures, but not for the same amount. So it's weird. And I totally dropped a bit of clay on the floor that I also didn't know how to find. Oh geez. Okay. So yeah, time to mix them both. And usually with mixing, what I do is I try to spread as much, even the little bits of clay around the bigger parts as possible. See how look how I distracted myself into doing the sculpting without even going step by step yet, because I knew step by step would be distracting. It took me like 2+ minutes just to set the title and the description while thinking it. So I didn't want to overthink that too all day. So I didn't want to. So I found a good medium, which was the title of philosophy of claymation, here and there, not just talking about it, but even showing it, proof of what I do differently. I guess would be a more remarkable way of talking about that. However close I get to the boots, so the more I mix them, the more I want to push the boots I'm looking at on the screen. And yeah, I'm not gonna throw the whole spiral. This is one thing you need to watch out for. I don't throw the whole reference that you have for mixing into it if you get stressed out about what it's not doing yet. Because if I threw this whole spiral of black clay into the brown clay and it wasn't doing, and it definitely didn't do the mixing yet right, or if I went overboard, that'd be pretty bad. You know, just kind of mix them up well. I hope this makes it look more brown in the first place too. It's just like I need to be doing this with the rest of the beige clay, some of the beige clay to make the actual hair. But I'm doing it for the boots first, just so I can show how to add stuff on the sides before the torso and see if that's a bad idea. Okay. So let's say I never found a way to have the boots brown enough. I just go with something that looks like this and it's not brown at all, or it's not as brown. Or maybe I mix the whole thing. Maybe I'll go against my advice and do it. Okay. Accidentally make the mustachio girl and be like, yeah, you know what? Like, so what if it is a prop failure? Just fucking. Yeah, so I guess that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix the entireties of certain figures. Yeah, okay. I'll mix these random amounts of black and beige brown, whatever, and knowing that they're not going to be brown at all anymore, but that they're going to still be something I would like to work with. So you have to be spontaneous. You have to be experienced sometimes. You have to be able to do something different when it's not actually necessary or even crucial enough to work with it. You know, just. And sometimes if you have the same amounts of color that you think are the same, you can mix them together and pull them apart again to come with equal amounts or whatever amount you're going to use. You know. See, I talk about doing a quick 20-minute Twitch stream later on, and I'm like doing a 30-minute like a talking session and sculpting. I know sculpting is the best thing, and animating for claymation would be the best thing for streaming. I think I've known that a little too long for 10 years, honestly, or less of that maybe. But you know, let's say I didn't want Heckhead's boots to be brown, but I went with these, and still had to measure down from them to fit on her legs. I think this will still be a good enough brown for her because it goes up to like a sock level. So, and seeing if this is not a good idea for. For sculpting a prop torso but vast kind of thing. Don't know if I need to talk the whole time, especially if I'm at a round breath. But who knows? I'm already running out of breath now, but you know, getting that water though. Meticulously sculpting the foot and making sure that it's actually doing. See, I kind of did stream on YouTube knowing that it wouldn't be enough people, but if it was Twitch, it would be a little easier, especially with the aesthetic. Because one of the benefits of Twitch no one ever talks about is the aesthetic. Is like if you want to be like what you're doing with the emoticons or the emojis or the buttons or whatever, that's a good benefit of it. And no one talks about that. They're like, no, Twitch is just where you go. They'll be like, it's just where you go if you want to stream, especially gaming or something. But it's like, you know, I think the aesthetic is definitely kind of a pro Twitch, but no one everyone takes that for granted, in my opinion. You know, and I think someone's here, someone liked. Yeah, okay, thank you. Oh, it's ramen. Okay. It's what I get for not restreaming or sharing on Twitter. Which I would do a Twitch eventually, but I just I had the bare minimum set up for that. Ramen, I'm basically working with a hand and time prop because I was gonna attach the armature to this one. I was originally gonna talk a little bit about what I thought about claymation because hence the title or the thumbnail maybe. Hat Kid from Pat and Time. If you look up Hat Kid, it will instantly show up the purple hat kid girl from that game, Hat and Time. It's a Kickstarter game from years ago, so you know. I made boots that aren't properly the same color, but I wanted this base spontaneous anyway, so you know. And I was showing my head earlier, so I moved the webcam down so I could see the whole mat here, but it's also my first stream on YouTube in like whatever I think would have been quite too long, but I'm either test streaming to make sure that I can eventually stream with Twitch and experiment with that too, but you know. I had a few creator friends that tried it out. I had like a there are people who did mods for the one of the anniversaries lately, one from last year and this year. I think they did the like mods for the different game levels that they customize, and people who talk about some creators talk about like they'll be in game they'll have an NPC saying, "Oh, remember my mod from 2018 or 2017?" I'm like, I wasn't even there. I don't even have the game yet. And I'm watching this video on YouTube about it. It's like, dang, am I missing a whole world of creators that are like getting into that? I guess I don't know. But mod developers, no, not developers of the game, but the game maker, you know, people who play the game and making their own levels. Anyways, Rom, you don't have to stay, but it's like it's not that it is nice that you showed up. Not gonna lie, but if you shared the stream, that would be nice. But I don't need that, honestly. I didn't share it myself, so you know. And I keep admitting that for some reason. I got both boots almost ready, I think. Again, not the right color, but that's also spontaneous. So. I have to remember that with Raymond or Ramen, whatever, their time zone. I think they're from the UK, so they're on a kind of a different, whatever you call it, quadrant, different time zone where you if you know your time zone like difference away from somebody, then you have to account for like what they're, especially with live streaming, you have to account for like when they can show up or when they. That's the big thing about live streaming with a schedule or posting a schedule that people can see. Or at least telling people ahead of time somehow, if that's necessary. But that was the advice with that, at least. So, anyways, this is not meticulous as I can make it, but you know, I did make the boots, but I was actually taking my time with it in general. So, not the right color again. So if I were to attach these to a Hat Kid or whatever model I'm trying to work with, I'm trying this experiment to see if the torso last is a good idea. It might not be, but it actually will fit. Okay, yeah. So. Pushing from the side instead of straight down, which is just my strategy for now. And I already ruined the sculpting I just did for that one boot. So I can maybe, since I have another boot, I can try just something else. But yeah, but I think it's important, even if you sculpt something that you don't keep the deformity of, by the time you attach it to an armature figure, for example, it's important to teach yourself or give yourself an idea what you're trying to go for. So mentally you remember what you're going for. Even if you ruin it, you'll remember. This is just spontaneous advice, but it's like you'll remember what you're going for. So what, like if I'm doing it right now, the resculpting, I remember what I was trying to do with it because I just literally did it like 2 minutes ago, and I remember how to remold it, and it won't look the same because I'm remolding around a piece of copper wire, but you know, I remember Ramen wanted to do he thought I think he ended. I'm glad he did one of the puppets. Honestly, I'm glad he went with the puppets for his show, his creation ideas. But I think he mentioned that he did want to try out claymation or some kind of stop motion form because it would be nice to learn from someone like me, I guess, if that's not too braggish. You know, I enjoy that kind of influence, I guess. You know, that's the one boot. That's not the same shit that I made before, but So not the same color and maybe not even the same shape as the picture, but so yeah, Ramen, I'm using the very first Had Kid fandom pick for this, the one with the crop out checkerboard, the one where she's waving it to the left, the umbrella. This time I'm gonna try and sort and do like a kind of a maze thing, if that's even possible. Oh, this was a different shaped foot. Okay, yeah. And see, for some reason that works almost entirely. I think for some reason I was gonna attempt doing gaming content for a while, but even if I was gonna stream it for a while, even if it wouldn't make me grow, but it'd be like an experiment for sure, because many small channels have that advantage of experimenting. Guess it wait, Robin, which one would that be? Because I know I think I play a lot of competitive games with my friends on the Crimer gaming server, like Moriarty server. I play with like well, so yeah, I do. So like I play games with the Crimer gaming, and that's at least with the multiplayer games. That's at least with the some of the game night games like 7 Days to Die, CS:GO for sure, Unfortunate Spaceman, etc. If I were to do content creations about them, I think I did one review like a year or two ago about Wind Waker, a critique about the Kill Demos boss. It did okay, but it was like it wasn't. I was probably making that video. It was like a 3-minute video about with footage I didn't own. That was my one flaw. Was one of my flaws with that video was I should have asked for permission about that. And the other thing was I should have scripted it better, even though I did record meticulously, but I didn't script it as much. So, but it's like I just I would get more gaming content, especially about the games I already care about or would talk about. I think the Pac-Man World 3 claymation and game review I promised at some point, but maybe not this month. But if even though it should have been this month, ideally. But if I'm not ready for it, that's okay. So, I just if I ever got the game Pac-Man World 3, for example, I would do that one, and then if I was up for other games, I would do it too for content. If I did gaming content in general for a while at first for only that, it'd be interesting to see how I would go with that, whether I grew or not. But if I did other content, especially claymation with gaming, it would be nice. For your other question, it's like so I did claymation for at least 2 years, and I did the sculpting for claymation for almost also for at least 2 years or more. The sculpting I did years ago at first, but it was kind of hellish, brutal stuff to do when I was doing it as a teenager, because I was actually having to mold with my really tiny hands, not small hands. I mean, my hands are big now, so you wouldn't have to see it like that before. But it was like it was hard to mold the clay, especially the praying clay. Some clays are harder to mold than others, I think. But when I was younger, it was hard to sculpt in general, so I couldn't even imagine getting straight to claymation. There were some advantages of claymation that I would have had before if I started, especially the file sizes and some other advantages to that I would have had if I started early. But I'm not hard on myself about that. But I kind of 2 years filming, more than 2 years sculpting if you take into account the big hiatus between the first time I sculpted and when I started sculpting in 2019. So you learn it by basically there are some misconceptions. I did try to cover them in other videos, but you basically have to try to see for yourself what it means, I guess, in a general sense, vague, I guess. But you have to be willing to understand that you don't need a storyboard or script to do it. You can just jump right in, which is what I did I think throughout the entire specific year 2019. I would sculpt and animate at least once a month, even between work schedules. I think at some point my schedule was getting looser for work, but I still did that for a while, once a month claymations, whether they were 2 seconds, like some of them were, like from 2 seconds to 48 seconds. There's a specific process I have where I'll be able to make 12 seconds per hour, or even faster than that, if I was having a great enjoyment with it, or if I knew exactly what I was doing, or if if I ever actually tried more with scripts or storyboards without pressuring myself about them, then I would be able to make a faster. I'll be able to commit to faster productions without compromising quality, or even actually stressing out or whatever. But the idea was 12 frames per second per hour on average. If I was going to do a 24 or 48% second claymation in a day or a day or two, sometimes I space them out. Like if I do these props in general, sometimes more or less on average, it could be faster or slower, but the armatures could take 1 to 2 hours. If it's a detailed prop for armature, it'll be 2 hours, and then 1 to 2 hours for semi or completely detailed clay props figures with armatures or whatever, or without them. They could still be faster than that. Not gonna lie, I still want to get across that a potential myth. I kind of pushed it hard by saying it was definitely a myth on earlier videos, but that claymation is tedious, or animation in general is really hard. And this is definitely true for some people that like in 2D or 3D, like when you have to make rigs or do certain things that I may not understand even as a stop-motion animator, but it's just I still kind of wish some people talked about it differently. And even like when Lee Hardcastle was streaming on YouTube or Twitch, he would his moderators would say that that claymation could take a long time for just a few seconds, and that's the common I wouldn't have to say misconception, but like the common approach maybe people perceive that as is like when they're literally in a stream seeing for like do a 24-hour live stream of a claymation, and he does a 1 minute claymation that's actually really good, but I think that's in part because he was using drag joint frame and making the whole setup, the stage out of clay and stuff like that, and trying to be careful with the claymation so he didn't rush it. But it's like but looking at what I did, I can't prove that I didn't just make a claymation in a single day like the Armor Games 2 logo one, because I did do that one in a day and it was 40 seconds long. So it was definitely, it wasn't like the Wallace and Gromit or the no, I mean, well, like because Leica meticulously does 3 minutes of animation in a week for some of their films, I think, and they actually, and I think when Game Grumps talked about claymation, they brought up how it might actually take 1 to 6 seconds in a single day, and that kind of made me cringe. I didn't mean no hard feelings on that, but it's kind of like I maybe it's definitely maybe that I'm missing something about what they're really doing with the quality or what they're doing with the process that I'm missing out on. But so I was mixing the purple clay recently, just now, and oh yeah, but yeah, basically to learn from it, you can either dive straight into it, or you can have a different have a topic assigned to your process of what you're trying to do that can be different. Like if I were to make claymations about Flash games, that would definitely be a bit interesting, especially like the claymation for Fancy Pants I didn't make yet, but I did make the props and showcase them, so Oh, and with content creation, what you do, and this was already advice given from other creators and veterans, not just animators, but you make content based on the process itself. Like I already did some of that already and took the advice into hand and made sure that I made tutorials behind the scenes, etc. But it doesn't have to just be that. It could just be any process you make. It doesn't have to be so in between this molecular level of the process, but it can still be just significantly what you're doing in that day. Even if it's just a little bit of something, it can still be important to someone else. So you don't know that for sure, but you can always try it. Behind the scenes tutorials is what I did before, and I'm not sure how to make Cat Kid's hat too big or too small. I'll start with this amount, I guess. Okay. I know I'm making it. I know I seem like a hypocrite because I'm still sculpting this clay and acting like it's still a long process and tedious, and hard. But I'm still enjoying this though. I guess I can just funnel this hat and the top of it. Yeah, I don't know if Ramen ever or Raymond. I don't know if you were Raymond. I guess I can either just call you by your channel name or Ray or Raymond, but I distinguish because Ray and Raymond are there's at least like 2 or 3 other Rays in my life, so Raymond is a little easier, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, channel name or Ray or reviewing. It's easy to say, but the hat kind of curves a little bit to the side cartoonishly, but I'm just gonna go with the or actually I can curve it. Okay. And make it look a little thin on the top, but it's okay. Rare. Yeah, that actually worked out a little bit better. Yeah, I could just find out from the top once I try to trim from the back. So, looks like a chef hat at that point, but that's basically the design they're working with anyways. It's almost a chef hat shape, but and if I were to add extra dimension for the ribbon on the top of the hat, I could like cut a little design where I could either fill in a slot with the same amount of clay, but for yellow for the ribbon, or I could just put the ribbon on top and make it look more three-dimensional. I did that before and it looked nice anyways, but sometimes it can look a little roomy. So I'll try the first idea first without using any other specific tool. I'll just do this straight up without thinking about it. Oh yeah, surely, yeah. If it wasn't your thing, or if it wasn't even something that you wanted to keep doing, you wouldn't want to miss the time you needed for the reviews or for the other ideas. I can see I actually can understand that. It's like yeah. Yeah, because it would be like a one time thing because it would make it would break the mold. It's only be about like a cartoon or something. Uh oh, it was meant to be a permanent thing. Okay, yeah. And of course you always see people like me doing it for the meantime if I'm still doing it. If I'm still doing claymation for now. But okay. I'll try to trim out a centimeter of this, I think. If this even works. The finding the top worked, but maybe not this. Looks like a rubber cut out of an eraser though. It's my Win Zizo. One of my creator friends, one of my Crime Gaming friends got it for me for $16. It was a Win Zizo. Basically, it's a mic that connects by USB port, so it's actually connected to the back of my computer. But it's it was a talent I took for granted, whether I liked it or not. Whether I actually did appreciate claymation, but sometimes I forced it a little too much. Especially over the years, I kind of forced it a little bit to solve my problems instead of actually enjoying it or focusing on the enjoyment. Which, by the way, I did enjoy it, but it was like sometimes I was desperate to see if it would help me figure out my other problems, not just the productivity, but even if it was inspire me. So what I do for now is to try to find stories or topics that can connect with claymations, like anything I'm interested in that connecting with that can make it more enlivened or passionate or whatever. And I plan to still do it, at least for the time being, especially for the contests, like the 100 frames ones from John Dennis Haas and short film contests, and annual ones from Howard Wimphurst from Animator Guild. I plan to do it for at least those contests and maybe more stuff, and definitely other ideas I had in the future. But I think it's the best of both worlds for some reason. It's like a fun hobby, and it's also like it's also kind of a profession, but it never was something that I would only do for money, but it was also something that I would also do to remember that I did enjoy it, and that there was something about that was very interesting, peculiar, and unique. And having the talent for it is something that I did take for granted, whether whether I was appreciative of that fact or not. But there was some tragedy behind it, I guess you could say. I don't mean to overthink that, but it's like there is some underlying measure of misunderstanding that some people may have about claymation in me. But it's like nothing really terrible about that. It's just I have to work with it and just make sure that I'm not hurting myself about it. But it's like I will continue to do it for at least as long as I'm still a creator on YouTube or Twitch. But If I suddenly stopped being a creator and I still did claymation, that'd be interesting to see if I would do it without having being a creator. Because the funny thing is, I don't always see myself as a person who wouldn't be a creator. It's one of the questions I ask myself is not just if I would give up being a creator, but if I would envision myself being a non-creator, which is something that you can instantly, understandably be able to do. Anyone should be able to do that. That's why some people leave, is that they want to see if they can be who they are without defining themselves as a creator entirely. But I have the weird feeling personally myself because I feel like I kind of about not knowing how to be a non-creator, because I know that there's something that I can still do with creation. There may be some limitations in my back of my mind for some reason about what content I may or may not be able to make, but that's still mental anyway. So it's like there's at least one or two ideas I would still want to be able to finish before I even had to stop making claymation. Like there's a few legacy ideas I had before, especially to celebrate maybe the 10 years I was a creator, albeit the yearly hiatus, whatever the years long hiatus is. Because there are actually a couple of videos I made before, and like when I was in 2011, there were a couple of videos I made I keep talking about every once in a while that I was still proud of, even though some people may think they were trash, but I was still proud of them because they showed that I still knew what being a content creator was like. The very first one being a showcase of clay props, gray space gray ones from Praying, but and the second one being a kind of a vlog update, and then after a long hiatus until I started VidMe, and then YouTube again, and all that. So I guess there's enough room to put the ribbon on now. I experimented with cutting a circular hole on this thing. Like it's now it looks kind of like a peg. One of the ideas was a skit. No, it was either a section of my deep docs where because I think Raymond, you've seen the deep docs before, at least the first one, and some of my other carrier friends have, and like there was only be a segment in one of the future episodes about like maybe a claymation or paper, even a paper cut segment or 2D paper cut, where I show a little bit of an abstract story, but it's more obvious what's happening every once in a while, and that'll be a little part of an episode or something. That would still be easy to make. And there's definitely the other legacy ideas where it's like a cartoon series or whatever I made in the past that I can redeem or reboot and see if I can still be creative for them without pressuring myself to do that, but to also be creative again, because they're still good archive stories that I had before. Guess the best way to put the ribbon is to where's my knife? This thing. Okay, yeah. There's a handful of commissions I'll still make, even regardless of the most important ideas I have or whatever I may think are most important. I don't mean to over answer your question, but it's like there's still some more stuff I can say about it. So I guess I think it's actually been automatically. Okay. And or I could have otherwise. Wait, what the heck? I did it right. Okay. Well, that actually looks nice. Huh. So cutting out the form actually still helps. Or at least helps make it look better, even if it's a little more tedious than it needs to be. But I want to experiment with that at least. The cutting out the clay first. Instead of putting out layers is okay. It makes it look more 3-dimensional. That's its own advantage, but but that did help. It actually looks more, and it actually looks like the frame reference picture on Google Images is actually. Now all I need to do is combine the cutout with the. Oh, okay. See you, Ramen. Yeah, your time zone is definitely different than mine, so it's okay. It was not seeing you, by the way. So have fun, and I hope you enjoyed the commission live stream. See you, man. Just playing this bomb tap out of the cap here. Okay. I guess I could probe the stream later on myself, but if I was really going to stay here for a while longer, but you know. Yeah, see, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Maybe this is not too wide. Yo. Yeah. Ramen showing up without having to probe the stream on Twitter or wherever. Why I say I'm still gonna make why I say count whether I actually should record this or not, but you know. That still shouldn't be too big for her head. Yeah, okay. The complete hat cat, as it should be swappable. I shouldn't just attach her whole head into it. I should make it swappable for so I can have other hats on. But then she'd have to switch the costumes too. Dang it. I can't get the umbrella or the torso too, but then that layers into the socks and pants. I think I'll do the pants maybe. Oh, there's enough for the pants. Okay, I can do the pants. So I guess I just layer her whole body in pants and then and then let clay. Oh, this whole part for the middle, I think. Yeah, so black boots don't count. You don't show off the brown. What the heck did I just say? Okay. Yo. Looks more like a Arabian swordsman. Don't find me for saying that. No, okay. It's like the ones that are Latin, I think. I don't know if I said that right, but but yeah, that's what you would expect if it was without the rest of the clothing on. Jesus. It's like a Link or something from The Legend of Zelda. As expected without proper brown boots instead of just straight up almost black. I can't believe I turned this brown clay into black all of a sudden, even though I knew that would happen. And I just advised that would happen if it was too much black clay. I could even do the hack head dance, I guess, if I had time. Because I just record the same clip over and over in editing for like 3 minutes and then be done. Because all I need to do is repeat the same 5 or 15 seconds and then be done. That'd be my video in an hour. But I can do it next time, I guess. It's almost an hour, so you know. I can always cover this and color it brown later, the boots, but and she does. I guess I could just put the actual clothing on anyways, even though it doesn't have the layer on. But I don't need a layer until I actually have a reason to put that. If it doesn't show up, it's actually kind of useless. So it's, you know. So I'll just put the suit straight up. But before I do that, I need to get the arms first. Yeah. Okay. Yo. Yeah, it goes all the way to her sleeves. Okay, yeah, gotta careful with that. So, but again, I'll throw them in the. Or there's a technique I can actually do with this. I'll show you real quick. You can slice the torso if you're doing the torso, and especially the arms. It's not the only time you can do it, but like there's the thing you can do where you can cut the layers in half. I did this for the trick shot prop from Trick Moon. I cut his torso part in half, and I layered it both sides at the same time. So that when I attached it together, all I had to do was just, I kind of ruined it, but I'll show you anyways. You can basically layer the same kind of tunic onto him, and it'll match up, especially if you did it in a certain way. You'll know where to put it. So you have two halves of the torso directly cut it in the middle. And if I put them on the Cat Kid armature, then I can actually reliably have a prop that doesn't have to cut straight into the middle from the sides. And yeah, sometimes that works, and they did really well for the Trick Moon prop. So, you know, I'm wondering if I need to keep enough armature for the hand or hands, because I don't want to have to smush that umbrella on the side and have it hold up still. And I could always add more, or I could spread the clay. It's the best thing about knowing that his socks are only up to his knees, unfortunately. Jesus. And if I have to leave him instantly from the live stream, you'll know if something happened or if I'm okay with it. I don't know. Yeah, that should be good for his. Looks more like a wizard now, Jesus. Kind of didn't want to screw that knee cap, but okay. Oh, but taking back the clay is gonna mess with the knees. Yoink. Oops. Yeah, I wonder if I should reverse the legs to show more of the socks. Okay, whatever. I can attach more of the white clay, I guess. That. Just surround it instantly around his legs for backup. Yeah, I worked. Okay. Dude, that actually worked. What the heck? I still produced claymation faster than I could to be, because I actually managed to make this prop, even overthinking it, but still managed to make it faster than I would have, in my opinion. I don't know if I'm comparing that right, but it's like you know. Another one for this leg. Yo. Sculpting and mixing, no philosophy yet. I was talking when I said before. I mean, I did say a little bit of philosophy before, but dude, that thumbnail I still can't stop thinking about that thumbnail. It was actually so good, even as improvised as it was for this live stream. Black boots, no problem. Now he's like Santa Claus, Jesus, or like a superhero, Jesus. Okay, I can always add the purple coat to the sides to kind of thin out more, but yeah, like kind of like this. Yeah, okay. So like a kind of like a to make it look more like an actual coat. See, that's actually working now. Okay, yeah. My limit is going to be about another hour from now because if I do a 2-hour stream, I can make it work. You know, I almost forgot to turn on my notifications from my phone and my computer. Dang it, because I just had to do that kind of a stream. Cutting and trimming against these features and then finally adding one more layer of white to make sure that doesn't look like a panty. Jesus. That's all right, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, because that looks a lot like the coat now. Okay, even though it's not 3-dimensional now, but I can add a little more layer to purple for that to make it look like it is. And it does look more to the right than the left, so whatever. I can still fix it at least with this side. Hold on. And maybe with a little more of the front. Okay. That just makes it look more stylish, I guess. Whatever. And I can almost kind of, or I could thicken out the clay if I put enough thin art. Yeah, that works. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is a rough way of doing it, but I can always fix it later if I need to. It's not as detailed. Which is, I guess, that's when doing the more tedious longer-term claymation comes in, I guess, to debunk me, to debunk my debunking. Don't want to make it too thick of a shirt because I know it will just fall apart. But but not too thin either, so that it doesn't fall back in. Which I kind of just pushed it back anyways to make sure it wouldn't fall in. Okay. Yeah, and that's the 3-dimensional shirt on a torso. And that's how you put the torso last, apparently. I don't know. I think I already did it before, but okay. For the cape, I can just try to quickly assemble his button with the cape. But I'll do the cape first, obviously, because I had to do that way anyways. If I had to put that button on. And the button will probably end up being black unless I can make it gray real quick. Yeah, okay. It's my time to make a gray clay. From the gray clay I used to have. Jeez. Kind of worked. Still kind of grayish. Oh yeah, that's definitely worked. Okay, yeah. It looks very much like the parent clay. And some people are going to probably have to ask me to show something a little longer than I already did on the screen, because just doing a millisecond doesn't count. So this is clay. I'll learn that when I actually have an audience if I do, but you know, that's for the button now. Thank gosh I made it in time. Okay. If I had to make the button now, the zipper, then I would just do this. I'll do a little rectangle, something that I can probably sculpt out of at least, and then cut the little squares out. And a little pin that maybe looks like the clip, but I don't know. I could do a little armature thing for the. If I have any leftover wire, I could probably do that, but I don't know. Yeah. Yo. Almost got the button. Didn't want to push a hole through the whole thing yet, but yeah. Because then you can end up warping the clay from the middle anyways. So I'm doing this carefully, I guess. Rushing for this part though. I guess I don't need too many holes in the back, but yeah, just in case. Okay. That's the button. It looks like a brick though, but it's a button. Unless I wanted to make it more squared in the middle, but yeah. That works. Okay. Yo. And it looks messed up in the back anyways, whatever. Button. If I had a little piece of copper wire for the hotshot too, whatever. Not cutting it off from the little guy though, the other part. We might actually go over 2 hours this one. Okay. We'll be in time. Or be a little before 2 hours, but yeah. For his cape. Well, I can attach this to the cape, a little thing. Just like this, yeah. And even though there's no copper wire to attach it to, it's okay. It's like, yeah. Nope, yo. Oh, I gotta make the key flat. Okay, yeah, the zipper out. Yeah. Super flat. Yo. I keep down for conformity. I won't know. I mean, the zipper would have helped the little bit of copper wire if I had any. But I'm touching this aside anyway. I don't think I even want to flop around the zipper anymore if I were to do that. But that's okay. I'll just make the cape down. This time I won't cut the knife. I'll use this instead for some reason. Which you usually do cut in the middle of something like the friend Among Us props. I did that, so you know. This time I can just spread it out while making kind of a conformed figure for the sides of the cape, but mostly just going over like this. And then once I go around like this, I can kind of go upwards and then build kind of a downwards gape into the middle, so that when it goes around her neck, it'll be like a. Yeah. Okay, so quickly be done. No neck. No neck snack. Jeez, that was easy. What the heck? And for like a cuff on the top. Okay. Yeah. Thin that out. Don't make it too thin, but yeah, just. Whoa, am I live streaming? Like, and especially when she's gonna be flopping around anyways. I'm gonna just you know. I'll BH, I guess, for this little coin here. I guess I can put that here already. Because I'm gonna have the base or head somewhere in the other ways. So I'm gonna have to keep down her chest though, okay. Yeah. Probably the key's gonna be different unless I have a piece of metal to push it with. But yeah. Well, cover of us all gonna do it like this. Okay, I'll do it like this. Okay, yeah. Yeah. For the hands, if I can quickly do this in 40 minutes. Hands. Have a little. Might not even need the umbrella if I just want to flop around. Darker brown hands. Actually, I won't solve for that. That's okay. Hold on. I'll just some yellow, wait for that. Here we kind of see it anyway, so yeah. Just the process of me doing this is actually probably entertaining enough, but yeah. It's like a. Still have to see what I'm doing though, if you can. And yes, I will ask on the hands. I'll put like a kind of a little scribbles on the fingers look up. Hold on. Do this silently real quick. So yeah, I'm about to make the head and the hair and see if I can make that every time. And she'll be done before 2 hours. So yeah. Hat Kid from Hat Time. Umbrella, I guess, for later on, I guess, I need to. Oh, and the blue one is okay, yeah. But for the umbrella, too. The ears, okay. The ears, too. Okay. And then nose, huh? Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not sculpt that out for actually. I'll sculpt it. Hold on. Rush for a nose. Okay. And ears. Loink. Little stubby ears. Unless they can't be seen. Looks like a baby elephant. Yep, yep. And a little bit of white because I was gonna add the pupils. There we go. And then the eyes, however they need to be formed. Bits of each. Okay. These two. Okay. I need a little more clay to make sure that they're more bounced up and down. Yeah. Yeah. A little more than expected. Okay. I'm a black clay to bounce that out. Or maybe this is not black enough, but hold on, maybe this is clay. Yeah. We have 29 minutes left, so we can make this work. Yeah, red for the mouth. It's easy, I guess. Or then we're back for the eyebrows if I need to. Or a smug smile because I want to make her derpy or something. Actually, we're going the smug smile. The smug. Or we can carve that in. I don't know. The default. Yo. Looks like Spiegel for a second. Better make the hair beautiful then. Please, let me make you beautiful. I'll mix this in for brown, I guess. So I'll experiment, guys. It's always like, it's all. Oh, hey, Red. So, yeah, just a couple of my subscribers showed up for the stream, I guess. I didn't promote it again. I didn't promote on Twitter or anything, but yeah, I just went straight into it and just started doing basically this hand time claymation thing. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you're from the YouTuber server, I think. I remember you. But I still see your subscription thing on the dashboard. But yeah, but yeah. Hey, Red, how are you? I was making the hat kit for hand time. I'm almost done with the prop itself, but I just it was a quick prop, but it will still take hour or two straight into it, I guess, almost. So it still could have been quicker than this, but I just want to take my time with it. This doesn't like the boots aren't exactly brown, but neither is the hair, so I can just go with this, and hopefully no people won't complain. So make the bangs and then. And the hair itself doesn't have to even be elaborate as long as it's showing the front of the hat, you know. I know I made this too big for the head, but it's like Still elaborate hair. You guess it's not just me and Red though. Yeah, the hair, the brown is probably the hardest part of this so far because I didn't bother mixing it right this time. But I have so much of her hair. I just didn't want to have too little for the hair. And then the earlier gone. Okay, yeah. Didn't want to put the ears too far back either because I want to make sure that they were seen in the actual frame. So yeah, this is the head. Maybe I could quickly carve in the styles in the front of her head for the hairstyle. Maybe the ears aren't even that big, but then again, so is the hair I put on her is so big, just to fit the back of her head, I guess. Yeah, okay. That's alright. I can leave like that. Then fold it back. Do the same for the same back bang on the lower end. Oh yeah, I gotta save room for the mouth. Okay, yeah, that's so good. Nice, nice Red. There's a lot of like talk about whether a website's legitimate or not to make on your own because a lot of people have the idea that you have to pay for the hosting. In some cases, you kind of do. Unless you're really clever, you can make your own website without having to host it through a service or even have to have any problems with it being hosted. But yeah, there are many workarounds with it, whether you host it through a service or not. But, and it's also really good to have a website in case something happens to your platforms. So if it's a good resort if something happens to YouTube or Twitch or you're falling or something, and you don't know where else to send them, email list especially, I guess. Let me make this thinner. Yeah, maybe it was a little too big. Still good bang though. Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah, it just died like this year. Rip, like Adobe Flash. Like HTML is a good practice when you start off learning code, but it's like a yeah, and even when Python's easy, it's still worth having. Whatever website design you would have to use at the point. So the idea I was gonna go with was to have the hair. If I was gonna do claymation with this hat kit, then I would have to have the hair fly around. I don't know about the zipper. Zipper might not fly around, but I think yeah, behind her there's a pot of hair. Like yeah, there's like a zig of hair behind her. Okay, I can work with that. And I think there's a band around the hair on the back, but yeah, I'll just do this for now. And then I'll stylize it with this tool. This one. Or I should have done that ahead of time, whatever. Yeah. Maybe one more on the side here. Oh, I've heard about Ruffle. I wonder if it's good because I think Ruffle is a good alternative. I heard Ruffle was a good alternative to loading Flash-like elements. There's 3 steps that this one creator talked about. He's called the I forget what his name is. Like he talked about how there's 3 steps to preserving Flash games or even doing things with Flash in the future in general. Because I'm big on Flash games, and it was kind of sad when 2021 came around because then it meant the end of Adobe Flash and traditionally. Newgrounds made their own player for one thing, and then there's also some people who did projects like Ruffle, who that can preserve Flash-like projects, not just games. But yeah. Almost covered the eyes on this one. Jeez. Let's pull the ears up more. There we go. This is not so bad. At least it looks brown, the hair. And the boots not so much, but they're still good. The people wear black boots or gray boots. Not the iron boots in Zelda or anything, but like and just cover the eyes a little bit too much on this one, but there's only so much you can put on a head this small, so I'm gonna straighten out the pupils real quick. Pupils. I'm gonna reform the mouth. If I'm not using the derpy mouth, then I can put like a open mouth, like the red parts of the clay, back on there. But when there's nothing on there, I can reform the derpy mouth from the dancing cat kid gifs. I don't think I'll be able to animate right now because I am planning to end the stream at 2 hours. But yeah, I just so I'm already running for 144, so I can just about make the prop and then be good for the night. But yeah. Yeah. Put this little black clay here. Yeah. Okay. So if the hat fits on the top, it should be okay. Yeah, that's good. Oh, she looks nice. Yeah. So hat was the first thing I made for this live stream. She looks a little like Abe Lincoln, but who am I to judge? Like, how make that fit in? Flop around. And since this is almost pretty much done, I could add one more. I could add a few more details like the umbrella or something. But yeah, that'd be the end of the stream at that point. Yeah. Oh, can't win them all. This is still a good prop though. The mouth, the nose is filling up much of the mouth. I can reform the nose and have the mouth over there instead. She looks a little bit like a fish. It's okay. Wait. Yeah. I didn't know what to say about the last part because I didn't know too much about the code ruffle, but yeah, I've seen the page for the ruffle download, but yeah, just. Oh, see red. Yeah, stream's almost over anyway, so yeah. Yo, man. Guess the stupid mouth could go there after all. Okay, whatever. She looks like a skull though. What the fuck? Or America quickly add the mouth and then yeah. Mouth still looks bad though. Heck. Yeah, I actually agree with the mouth. Whatever. Okay, mouth's down. And then mouth, the mouth has to be synced, so I'll just put the black clay again and make that mouth again. Yeah. And then she was like Mustachio girl. What the heck? Let's use some of the clay from the mouth cuttings to make the form the nose. Yo. Okay. 9 minutes left. Okay. I don't need to make the umbrella, but I'll just fix it up. As if this looks any better now, but yeah. Yeah. And this bang go back here. Oh wait, okay. Hold it out. And then go down. Yo. 2 people again. One more. So the bank can just go back down there. And I don't think I have time for the umbrella, but I can just just about showcase it and maybe talk to someone one more time, and I guess I can end off. The face kind of looks a little hazy, not gonna lie, but I do like what I have right now. So I usually like them, especially because of the formature and the end result. But yeah, you just the cup density. Okay, yes. Okay. Let me find a good way to shove it back in there. Okay. Yeah. That's not so bad. I'll show in a second. Or I can flop her arms real quick. Or I don't know. If that would animal does it. The last thing I was going to do is have her stand still on the ground, on the table. Because that's how it would be good as a stand, whether I animate with her or not. But there wasn't really much philosophy this whole stream, but like, I did talk about it before anyone was here. So this is the Hat Kid from Hat in Time. And whether I animate with her or not, it's just a good presentation, I guess, to make with. And yeah, that's her. If I make her stand up, it's good. So it looks a little off center, but it's it's still a good prop though. She looks a little dorky with a mustache or whatever. It's not mustachio grass where it's just a attempt at a. It looks good from here, but it's actually like a, been a process. I had the most trouble with the nose and the hair, so I don't know. Let's see. Oh, that mouth looks better. Okay, the mouth looks better now. A little bit. Yeah. And now that can be the nose. Okay, that's good. 5 minutes left. So I haven't push on a place too much. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good factor of Twitch, I guess. Yeah. This still looked a little better over time, so I wasn't. The best thing that surprises me is being able to make a prop at the end of a process, or a stream, I guess, at this point. Don't even make those hairs too long. And the bangs are about the same length, so thank gosh. And yeah, without the umbrella or any other hat equipment to switch up to, which I can take off the hat at least, thank gosh. Without that uniform or gosh. So yeah. So for the last 3 minutes, I will show you the prop and see if it sits down right. Like this. Can if it's able to sit in place properly. Like anytime in these 2 minutes. Okay, good. Yeah, can do that. Or this horizontal. And not so easily with the weighted clay on it now, but since the armature is helping somewhat with the structures to stay parts together, so yeah. You find her feet a little more. Even though not supposed to be fire at all as much. Jeez. 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Yeah. Not back, not forward. It's the process of doing the claymation thing. Maybe push her one more time into the ground. Keep her in balance. And half. Yeah. Just at least half the time if I put her down, I should be able to sit in place. So yeah. Hopefully. So if someone comes in the last second, I can't really spare them anymore. Gotta leave at this last mark if I can. Yeah. This should actually just be about it. Yeah. It's like okay, this is actually probably about as close as I can get to make her stand without flopping around as much. Well, she flops around, of course, but yeah. And the pegs, I think the pegs fell out of the back, so yeah, whoops. But I did get to complete the prop, so whoever, if there's an upload on YouTube, good for you guys for watching the whole way, or wherever I edited out of it. Stay still because stop motion's on the move. Take care, guys. This is the prop in all its glory. The whole creepy yet still fashionable hat kid from Hat in Time clay prop that I just made in 2 hours. It could be faster, but I still didn't want to rush that. So yeah. See you guys next time. I'll cut off as exactly 2 hours as I can. So like one more time, and I'll see you next time, guys. Stay still because someone's on the move. Thank you. See you guys. Yeah.